going on defensively tonight?
You know, a lot of those guys played well. I think a little bit of penetration. Fox playmaking, Chris Paul playmaking, a couple threes behind the pick and roll. Some tough shots, some open shots. They played well. Credit to those guys.
Curious defensively, you have Brian, you only played him 20 seconds. And you didn't play Nick in the second half. He could be a rim protector. Why the limit on them as far as minutes tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we mapped out a 9-man rotation, and then we tightened it from there. So I think we went with the guys that we thought both ends of the court. We got to be able to make plays defensively, offensively. We were able to close it. We made some runs. We had some good stretches, but again, not enough of them.
Obviously, Kevin was frustrated tonight. Saw you two out. You guys were talking back and forth towards the middle of the game, end of the game. Can you sense his frustration with what was going on tonight?
He's competitive, so I think it's kind of the normal course of a game. There's plays. I think some guys out there talking a little bit, but I wouldn't say anything more than just kind of the normal game.
Because he came out when he did come out the game in the first quarter, he seemed like that was bothering him, like he wanted to stay that whole first. But then he stayed the whole first in the second half.
He's never happy when he comes out. That's the beauty of Kevin Durant. So I think he would play 48 minutes if we let him. And he and Book, it's probably going to be one of them that plays the whole first quarter, and one of them's got to come out. And neither one of them are very happy about it, but that's what makes them great.
The defense is a season-long thing. I mean, you guys are ranked in the mid-20s defensively. What are the primary issues? How can you clean those up?
It always is, comes to guarding your man, first of all. We got to be able to kind of take that challenge individually, our activity around it, our ability to finish it, with boards. Can we force a few more turnovers? Can we be more active? So, I think it's a lot of things, or it's a lot of little things maybe is what I should say. It's not just one thing. We just got to be better in a lot of areas, make some small improvements, and hopefully we'll see a big change.
And this obviously has been a tough month for you guys. Lost 7 of 8, a lot of chaos around the trade deadline. How do you stop this thing from snowballing on you?
We just got to come to work tomorrow. We got to stay together. We got to keep working. We had a good day yesterday. It didn't go our way tonight. You just got to get up the next morning. You got to come back and you got to work, and you got to stay together. Do all the little things on both ends of the court that lead to winning. So, you just got to do your work.
How much of your challenge is spreading them out and having guys that can score it on one end, but then the struggle on the other end, keeping like Fox and those guys out? What's your dilemma with that as far as the rotations and how you play?
Yeah, no, it's I think it's always a big part of the sport. Sometimes certain lineups give you better, offensive opportunities, maybe more shooting, more spacing, and then other lineups maybe give you better defense. When you're really good, you have a little bit of both, and so that's the challenge, that we went through tonight, and we've had it on other nights. So we just got to keep working at it.
Thank you.
Get a W out of this at the end.
Yeah, that's frustrating, but I still had a great time. That's not going to sour the mood of me coming back here and playing in front of this incredible crowd. They were loud and energetic the whole night. I'm just very grateful for all the love that I've received from this region of the world in the last 20 years, 15, 20 years. So wish we could have walked out here with a W, but I still had fun.
What was going on with you and Chris? Going back and forth tonight?
Oh, no, I think he was trying to, he like gimmicks, he trying anything to win the game, so I think he was just trying to get in my head, knowing that I was heating up a little bit right around that time, too, so I think he was just trying to get in my head, get me to react and get me out the game. But as we kept talking, I knew it was just a game or gimmick for him.
Another thing I had was obviously defensively struggle again tonight. I know you was getting frustrated throughout the game. Maybe just speak to what got to change on that end for you guys to be better.
I mean, they shot 12 more shots than us. We had 18 turnovers. They're going to have a good game offensively when we do that. And then, it's a tight game. You got an all-star like Fox out there that fast, playing one-on-one up top. It's tough to stop them. But really, they have more shots than us.
Katie, obviously some tough news about Victor today. You've been on the end of that, some tough injuries with long recovery processes. What does that look like for him as he's, especially as young as he is, dealing with this?
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm glad they caught this early. I mean, that can affect your overall health in general. So I'm glad they was able to catch that early, and you've seen a few guys that had this and come back and play and finish their careers out. So I'm thinking about Vic. I'm sure the whole basketball world is thinking about him right now. But somebody like that who has a strong mind, strong will to just go out there and recover and get better, he's going to put his best foot forward every day. I don't even know Vic well enough, but I can just tell that that's what he's about. That's his makeup. So I'm looking forward to seeing him back out there.
Kevin, the Achilles is obviously a much different issue than the blood clot, but it's still the same thing if you're without basketball for months ahead. What does that go through your mind as a competitor, and what do you think he's feeling now, knowing that it's going to be a long road back?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to deal with initially, but as weeks and months go past, you just kind of deal with the normal and understand what you're getting yourself into and just be patient. I mean, that's the most you can do. You can't get back on the court. Being upset about it is not going to do much for you. So get in tune with yourself a little bit more and maybe go find some new Legos to put together, read a couple new books, and then, when it's time to get back on the court to start working out and stuff, lock in. And I think he'll be fine. It's tough mentally not playing the game, but, when you understand what's ahead and focus on each and every day, it'll make it a little easier.
Legos is a good segue to Madison Booker. She's a big fan, and y'all got to connect before the game alongside Amo as well. What were those conversations like, and what advice did you give to these, next generation of Texas stars?
No, I don't give advice at all. I try not to be one of them dudes just preaching all the time. I just gave her a hug and asked when their next game is, and said they're going to smack Georgia and move on to the next one, Took a picture, and that was it, So it's more like I'll see y'all next time. It's good to see y'all. It's like seeing your family for long, at a family reunion, you ain't seeing them in a year or two. So it's just good to have that embrace, get a hug, and move on. And they know I'm watching and support from afar.
Kevin, you've said in regards to Chris Paul in the past that he's arguably one of the best point guards of all time. He just passed a new milestone, passing up Jason Kidd with steals today. And he's stated in the past that he's had a hard time staying in the moment. If you had a message for him for this particular moment, what would your message be to him?
Man, just congrats on another record. Just an icon in the game of basketball. Shows your longevity and how much you take care of his body and the mental strength that you have to keep getting up and, living this lifestyle every day is not hard. It's not easy when you think with CP's 39, been in the league 18, 19 years, and you playing on a team that's developing and trying to learn how to win, and so it's not easy being Chris Paul, but he makes it look easy. Just getting up and being the pro that he is, and I'm sure he got more stuff to do out there, but hopefully he can sit back and reflect on where he's come from.
He said in the past.
Last two?
He's-
Frustrating.
What?
Second round. Has this year been tough for you with, the season not going as well as you thought?
Yeah, it get a little frustrating after you take an L, but overall, we get another opportunity to right the ship tomorrow and practice film, and so I'm grateful for every time I get to step on the court to try to finish this thing off right. But yeah, after games, it get a little frustrating, and in the moment when we having a bad stretch, it get a little frustrating. But
you enjoy the game as much as
man, come on now,
Yeah.
shit, like
And
it's beauty in the struggle, it's beauty in that, all of that stuff, especially when you come out on the other side of things and and you realize that pressure, them hard times made you better, you know. So I think we can all pull from these experiences to get better and use them for the next game. But the worst thing we could do is, you know, feel sorry for ourselves. You know, still got to put our best foot forward, no matter what the record is, and go out there and try to play your best ball the next day. And if you don't play great ball that day, try to do it the day after that until the season over. You know, so that's the mindset we all try to have. Yeah, it's frustrating, but the quicker you can get over it, the better you become. And you know, the solutions would be, you know, easier to come by if you let it go. You know, so yeah, we think about it tonight and move on tomorrow.
Did you feel the love?
Last one.
Huh?
Did you feel the love tonight?
Come on, man. I feel the love everywhere I go. People respect me. People respect the game of basketball and my place in it, and especially places that I actually ran through, like here, you know. So, yeah, I hope people out here don't think I hear them or see the messages or feel the love. It's always there. I just can't sit back and you know, bask in all of that all the time. I don't want to have a party with myself because everybody love my game. I'm just going to appreciate it and I'll move on.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, sir.